All right, guys. We're going into our second set here for the night. It's going to be a best of 5 between Dragon and Cross. It's going to be an excellent PROTOSS versus Zerg series. Very excited for this one. A big thanks to all the players. These are actually the 4 players that I had in mind for the for tonight, and they all said yes, so a big thanks to them. And again, a big thanks to Bruno from Ursa TV for hosting this. You can use the command Ursa to see more. Excited about the future of NA esports. Here we go, guys. We're gonna get into it. Map 1 going to be Citadel. And here we go. In the bottom left, we have none other than Cross. And in the bottom right, we have Dragon. All right. So, about these players. First off, Dragon has been around forever. I didn't know him in the old days, but as soon as I came back to Remastered, I learned who he was very quickly. One of the top PROTOSS players in North America. One of the top PROTOSS players outside of Korea, for sure, for a very long time. You know, he is a really good guy. You know, it has always been very nice, despite the mean things I've said to him for playing PROTOSS. And truly, he's very, very good PROTOSS versus Zerg. Like, I really respect his PROTOSS versus Zerg quite a bit. So excited to have him here playing against Cross, who's been one of the top Zergs in North America for a long time. More recently, I would actually put him as #1 Zerg outside of Korea right now. That's my opinion. Not this BSL season, but the season before, he was the highest finishing Zerg. He looks fantastic. He did go out kind of early this season in the round of 16 in BSL, but Cross is really, really good. He's got great micro. He's got great intuition. He's just on top of his game right now. And definitely one of the strongest players in NA. So I think it's just going to be an excellent, excellent series. Once again, we are starting on Citadel. We're playing the ladder map pool. I banned Fighting Spirit because I hate Fighting Spirit. Cross banned Troy, and Dragon banned Polypoid, actually, which I wasn't expecting. But I think he doesn't like the mineral only as the third base. That might be what it is. So, because I think that's the only thing that's different for that map than every other map in the pool is that the third base doesn't have gas, and gas, of course, so important for PROTOSS in this matchup. So, anyways, he gets over here and scouts. He did go for a forge, and he'll see that this is a pool first. So there's not going to be any cannon rush or anything like that. And, yeah, just throws down the Nexus, and he'll make a cannon from here just to make sure he doesn't die or anything. So, good opener so far here from Dragon. Couple Lings coming out. I like that he only makes 2. Oh, no, he makes 4. Okay. Well, he doesn't actually know what the opener is yet. It could be a Zealot on the way as well. It could be a Gateway expansion, so I guess it makes sense that he made 4. If he knew it was Forge, he would definitely have made 2, I think. No sense otherwise. Cross goes ahead and takes 9 o'clock. You know, very defendable base. Very far away from Dragon as well. Dragon's setting up this cannon. Oh, that's annoying. One Ling might get in. Well, this is a funny thing. This Ling can't actually do much. It can harass the mineral line a little bit, but it can't go like... It can't go there, right? Right there, a cannon will hit it. And it can't get in the main or anything. So, like, the one thing that could happen is, like, let's say he goes for a Zergling all-in. He could use this to flank and catch 2 cannon shots or something, maybe. I don't know. I don't think that that'll end up doing anything. That's kind of cute, though, that it's sitting there. Because it just doesn't have any options. Its health is too low to run by. Okay, so this probe looks like it will get caught. Dragon desperately wants to see if a layer starts. Yeah, that he did not have that vision for long enough. Like, Cross had just hit 100 gas. Now, he might throw down... Oh! His gas just disappeared, guys. Which means he is getting Zergling speed. Dude, I think he is going to try to utilize this. Isn't that funny? Also, he might be trying to utilize the shape of this natural, right? So to block here against Lings, you need a Zealot here and 2 here. Also, look at how far out this gateway is. It has a lot of surface area for Lings to attack. And if you're doing a Ling all-in, you know, the surface area of the gateway is like a big part of the push because you have to break something to get in. Normally, you don't kill the Zealots. Normally, you kill the gateway and break in that way. We'll see if he goes pure Ling. I think he's going to. Because there's no reason you would get speed quickly. Oh, he's going to Hydralisk Den as well. So he is going to play very aggressively. Probably speed plus Hydras. Now, I don't know if he will go for Hydra range. It could be that. That's a new trendy build. Or it might just be the regular speed into range. Either way, he's going to get highly aggressive. And with these Speedlings out, I don't know. Like, the Speedlings being out are going to keep Dragon back a little bit longer. If he doesn't send his Zealots out to scout, it might be too late when he figures out what's happening. But you know what? His Stargate looks well-timed. This Corsair, you know what? I think he's going to be able to get enough of a scout with the Corsair to hold this. Now, that's not to say, like, this is not an all-in from Zerg, right? He's actually got a fair drone count, and you can come back from this. Like, as Zerg, you don't necessarily need to do nothing but build Hydras and just say, oh, I lose. Really good Zergs like Cross can kind of recover from the 3-hatch Hydra opener and get into more of a macro game. If the Protoss does it just right, they'll be ahead. They'll have an advantage. But it's not necessarily a game-ending advantage. You know, Protoss versus Zerg is a lot like Terran versus Protoss in those ways, where, like, if you have the advantage, it means something, but it doesn't mean that you just necessarily win right there. Although sometimes it can. Citadel on the way. That Corsair flying over. See, the Corsair just saw Hydras. So now that he's seen the Hydras, he can add those additional cannons. And we'll see how many Hydras he makes. Because it looks like they don't have speed yet. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so he's actually going for a Hydralisk speed here. The range one you normally do with like 6-ish. So he's going to start hitting the gate. No reason not to. He can't hit the forge because these are well placed. 5 cannons. Might end up being enough. We'll see. Might want to think about another pylon as well. This one's kind of in a funny location. This one powers these 2 and maybe that one. I'm not sure. Another hatchery. Another hatchery. Evolution chamber. Layer. See, he's really pulling out of it already. Okay, gonna go ahead and jump in here. Attacks 2 of the cannons immediately and then pulls back. Honestly, not that big a deal for Dragon, but he actually outranges where the cannons are now, right? These were the 2 cannons he really wanted to get rid of so he could hit the forge and the pylon. And in fact, he's gonna get the pylon for sure, right? Okay, he retargets on the forge. He's trying to prevent +1 attack for Dragon. That's highly annoying. It has to be almost done because he's sending his Zealots out to fight. So you send these out if you think it's like right borderline finishing. And he actually gets it and kills 3 Hydras. Excellent, excellent play here from Dragon. Excellent play. So he gets the +1. He kills the Hydras. Dragon coming up all roses. Okay. 4 gates in the main. I'm sure he has legs on the way. A secondary forge. He might go double forge here. Templar Archives. All looking good. Legs are done. He's actually not mining with 3 probes here. That's almost always a mistake. You don't, at this probe count, adjust 2 probes. So if he doesn't notice this, this is really going to cost him. Right? He's losing a substantial portion of his gas income right now. And that's really brutal because really this is all about gas, this matchup. So I'm really nervous about that for him because right now I think he's in quite a good position. But when he's unable to make anywhere near as many Dragoons or High Templars, like that's going to be a real pain. But right now he has a big gas bank, so it's going to take him a while to notice it. And by the time he notices it, it will have already cost him a lot of gas as well. All right, additional hatchery here for Cross. One thing to say about Cross is he will stay on 3 base for quite some time. Now, the speed lot's coming out. It's time for Dragon to put some pressure on this map. Corsair flies by. He gets a shot at the Corsair with the most damaged Hydras ever. Oh, my God. So these 4 Hydras trying to retreat right now. Dragon right on their tail. He can kind of fight this. Notice how Crossy pushes himself right up. Oh my god, getting those in on top of it just mangled these Hydras. Like, he could kind of fight it when I thought that the Zealots couldn't do that. As soon as the Zealots get surface area on you, you get destroyed. So that was really, really good for Dragon. Brings up the other Zealots as well. And he is getting so much value out of these right now. He is really running away with this game at the moment. Dude, look at this. The Hydras are popping out. He's on top of them. The drones stop to fight for a moment. They have to run. Gets an Overlord and saves that Corsair. Are you kidding me? Right now, going after that main hatchery. I don't think he gets the hatchery. This feels a little bit wasteful to me. Seeing him dive that hard, because it seems, I don't think he gets it, right? Like, I'm right. He doesn't get it. Could have done better putting his damage elsewhere with those Zealots. Does get it very low. We'll see if maybe he can clean that up later in some sneaky way. What was that? Oh, DT. Ooh, the Cape Boy gets into the natural. Not for long, though. Only gets 2 drones. Good eyes there from Crossy. 3 more gates on the way, so going up to 7 gates. Observatory, getting range for his Dragoons right now. Look at that, 4 High Templar. Dude, still 2 probes. See, he just had such a gas bank because he was building cannons for so long that he hasn't noticed. The quicker you go to no gas and you try to macro, what you'll do is, as a strong player, you'll catch it. You'll be like, what? Like, this doesn't feel right, because it'll be telling you, like, not enough gas. And you know how much you can produce generally, and then you'll look and you'll fix it. So it would have been better if the build was, if it wasn't a Hydra bust, because he would have noticed it more quickly. Here, he's not likely to notice it because he doesn't even need to think about probes. Like, maybe when he gets his 3rd Nexus up, he'll notice something like that. He's out of gas now, so we'll see if he does. If he does end up seeing it. The 1 Corsair is still doing a great job scouting. Oh my god! What? 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 Dude, I have no idea. He went mass queens. I have no idea what the hell he's doing. Okay, this is the guess. Here's my guess. Queens cost the same as Mutalisks, okay? Mutalisks, you normally go to snipe High Templars. I think he got Broodling, and he's going to try to Broodling every High Templar. That is absolutely insane. That is the craziest thing. I have never, ever seen this. Now, obviously, I've seen, excuse me, Queens in the late game, Broodling High Templars. That is something that occasionally happens. It's pretty rare, but it's happened. But to do this right now in the game, literally have never seen it. This looks like he's playing against Mech or something. So very, very weird. Dragon may run him over. The proper counter to this, by the way, would be Dark Archons, which is hilarious because you could just feedback them before they get there. But, like, how could you even think of that, right? Like, when you've never even played against it. So Cross doing something absolutely insane here. But Dragon's army, this is a kill army, man. There's no lurkers. I think he's just going to kill Cross before Cross is ready. Okay, here we go. Yeah, he has so many High Templar. Okay, loses 1 there with only 1 storm getting off, but that's okay. Throws another one down, zones everything out. Attacking the natural. Oh, dude. Insane storm. Really, really superb storms. Even if you had the Broodlings now, I don't think you can win. I think he's just broken everything. He's taken a 3rd base. There was a little counterattack. He cleaned it up. Killing off the Evo, the hatcheries. Mass Sunken coming up. Cross trying to make this work somehow. This almost looks like a trolley game, but I know he is trying to win this, right? Like, he's going to counterattack the 3rd because he knows he can't kill this army, and he's hoping the Sunkens will turn Dragon around. Dude, Dragon's army can absolutely kill this many Sunkens easily. Crossy coming up, picks off High Templars. Okay, you know what? There's a chance he can kill this Nexus. And Dragon actually turns around. He doesn't want to risk attacking this. Now, let's look at this in theory. Okay, the theory behind this. Now, he doesn't have enough defense here. That's an issue. If he had mass sunk in here, then I would be like, okay, there's some sort of chance. But, like, queens are one of the most cost-efficient units in the game. Like, he has broodlings on all these, so he can kill 8 units of his choice. The only things this can't target are flying units, archons, and reavers. That's literally it. So, yeah, comes out. He's going to start hitting these. Broodling's going down. Dude, what a crazy, crazy strategy he's tried out here. He killed the third, so, like, if he could hold his base, there would be some sort of chance here. Just for the cost efficiency of the queens. But, yeah, the fact that even casting all his broodlings, he can't hold it, it's an issue, obviously. Dragon remaking his base. The thing is, yeah, he's bringing Cross down to 1 base. Dragon's almost out of minerals, guys. So Crossy actually kind of made it interesting for a minute there with the sunks, but, you know, obviously the queens did not work out as he had envisioned. That is for sure. So Cross now playing 1 base. And he's going to try to kill this army as efficiently as he can. Cross still thinks that there might be some tiny, tiny chance, I guess. Like, if you kill this army, can you kill this? No, I don't think you can. And look, Dragon figured it out. He's like, oh, how would I counter something weird like this queen stuff? Dark Archon. 100%. That'll just... that is such a hard counter to queens. It's insane. Man, what I would not give for a Dark Archon with Terran. It'd be amazing. So Cross re-expanding. I think what's going to happen here, Dragon's going to let his cannons finish, and he's just going to go attack, move, and win. And that should be it. We should be getting into the next game. It's like, this is... No one could ever win from the position that Cross is in. Dragon getting a 4th up. He's just making sure he wins. He's taking this really seriously. Like... I have to say I respect this. If I was as far ahead as Dragon, I would almost lose this game. I'd probably win it, but I would almost lose it. Because I would just be like, this fucking guy won't leave. But, some professionalism here from Dragon. Crossing his T's, dotting his I's. That's what you see there. All right. Moving out with the army. Here come those queens, guys. Dark Archon can snag 2 of them. Feedback is extremely quick and extremely long range. There's 1. There's 2. Damn, dude. Wrecked. Okay. Hey, here come more. Well, I mean, he gets some of the High Templars. We won't see the Queen thing again tonight, is my prediction. I think the Queens, it's like the odds of that working out super, super low. GG. Especially because Dragon made the Dark Archon. I feel like as soon as someone makes the Dark Archon, they know the gig's up. Dark Archon counters Queens too hard. Late game, I can see like a little bit of queens being used. It can happen. Cool game though. Good game 1. All right, we're gonna go to Radion for map number 2. Hope you guys are enjoying the Ursa Brawl. And just getting these guys in the game, and we'll get this started. Don't forget that after these 2 best of 5s are done, we're actually going to make these guys play in a 4-man FFA. That should be fun. I'm definitely looking forward to it. All right, here we go. We got Dragon in the game. Time to go. Map number 2, Radion. He needs 2 minutes, so I'll entertain you guys while we while we wait for Dragon. I think he probably has to go to the bathroom or something. But yeah, again, you know, a few things. You know, the Ursa Brawl. This is a really cool event. I met Bruno and on a plane ride, actually. I met him in the Toronto airport. That was cool. Came up, introduced himself, talked to me about how he's got dreams of running some esports events in North America, which I think is super cool. Like, I love live stuff. As you guys know, literally the reason you know who I am, I'm not an NBA superstar, is because I love LAN tournaments. But yeah, he has ideas for doing some stuff in Canada, in Ottawa. Definitely something I'm excited about hearing. Someone else getting out there and trying to make some events. So yeah, you know, you can check out all of his events. You can follow his links and stuff. That's the best way that you can kind of support him as he continues to grow Ursa TV. You can use the command Ursa in chat, and that'll give you a link to all of his links. So yeah, thanks for checking it out tonight, guys. I really hope that you're enjoying. We'll be getting into this map number 2 in just a moment. I think a very good first game there from Dragon. As far as what Cross needs to do differently, I don't think there's anything necessarily differently. I just think it's a good match between them, and Dragon got him the first game. Obviously, it felt kind of trolly afterwards with the Queens, but that might actually be something that Crossy's working on. You never know. In fact, he knows some of the pros. Like, some pros might have told him, like, oh, this is something we're doing. Or this is an idea that we have at the moment. I don't know. I'll ask him afterwards. But it might have just been him trolling us too and trying to have a fun game or something. So, Dragon taking longer than expected, man. I just hope he washes his hands before he comes back. Anyways, yeah. For anyone who's dropped by to watch the tournament, thank you for doing so. And we're ready. Let's go. All right, here we go, guys. In the top right of Radion, we have Dragon with a... No, it was an okay split. I thought they were on the double patches. In the bottom left, Cross. Okay. Yeah. I think if Dragon wins, I do consider that a little bit of an upset, but not much. Not much. Like, you know, with Boa and Gypsy, I really had it as being a tight match. And this one, I was like, I think this will probably go to 5 games. But I felt like Cross would be a little bit advantaged just because he's been playing so well in tournaments lately. But honestly, Dragon has too. He's doing well in BSL at the moment. The whole NA scene is actually really active right now. And I love it, I have to say. Like, you know, I love casting these other like strong players outside of Korea. It's like there's really no reward for being good at Brood War unless you live in Korea. That's the thing, right? It's not the most popular game, the most watched game. There's very little money, very few tournaments. But there's been more lately, right? Zen making StarCon last year. We have Erniach making CS Lands. We have Zero making BSL. Jaeyoon started up the NA Pro League. And then we have these smaller tournaments like what Mooney did with the North American StarCraft Masters. And now we have Bruno with the Ursa Brawl, right? We have all these things popping up. And everyone's really active, having a good time, playing all this stuff, winning a little bit of pocket money that makes it feel really good, right? And that's fantastic. I love how competitive it is at the moment. Everyone's in very good shape. You can see by the recent BSL, right? The Pro League is full of North American players. It's ridiculous. You know, if you look back 4 or 5 years, it would be like 2 North Americans, all Europeans. At this point, it's like Europe has Bonneth and DeWalt. But after that, like NA is so much deeper. It's just got so many strong players at the moment. I think it's a great place to be in right now. So anyways, we'll talk about the game a little bit. It looks like it is a pool first here for Crossy in those cross spawns. We have the cannon coming up for Dragon as he makes his Nexus. So everything's safe. Nothing too weird, nothing out of the ordinary. Dragon gonna try to keep this probe alive for as long as possible. You really don't want to lose the probe. It's like, this is one of the most important skills to have as PROTOSS, is probe micro. Truly. Microing it against Lings to stay alive, but also microing it to harass Terran. Like, both those very, very important. This one more important, of course. The probe, like, if you lose it quickly, the odds of being rushed do go up. And if you don't see the rush coming, you can just die to it very oftentimes. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's a hatchery and he sees it. Okay, so he went down. The vision of a morphing hatchery, look, very small. So it looked like Dragon pulled back right before it was seen. Very cheesy play here from Crossy. Very, very cheesy. Now, if Dragon hadn't spotted this, this will kill you. If he makes 6 speedlings out of here, you lose the game. Now, he should not start cannons yet. You want this to finish. I believe that timing is okay. But you absolutely want it to finish if you know it's there. And look. Oh, whoops. See? Just out of vision. Really well done. Speedlings coming up to the front. Hydra's den on the way. Man. Maybe he can still do it, actually. This is still pretty damn scary. These Lings... Oh my God. Hold on. Hold on. If he gets the cannon... Dude. Oh my God. A scouted proxy hatch might win this game. Like, Crossy, this has to work. He is all in. It's not like the previous game where like, oh, he can probably recover. This game, absolutely not. He has to win with this. His money is so low. He's got so few drones. Lots of units coming across right now. Running these around still. Notice how... Oh, this is so smart from Dragon. He's surrounding the cannons with the probes. He needs the probes to finish. It's incredibly important. All right, traps a Zealot there. Okay, that frontal rush is not going to work. The funny thing is the Zerglings can't harass this patch down here. These two patch, or the top of this patch they can get, but not this one. So that cannon is defending a little bit of the main base. So all the larvae are gone. This definitely looks like a Dragon victory. Hydra's speed is done. He is still running these around. What he'll probably do, he's trying to keep them high health, and he's not really diving on cannons. He probably will bring these to the front to attack a cannon at the same time the Hydras come in. So what he'll want the Hydras to target a cannon, and then also the Lings to target a cannon. Oh, he actually did dive in. Maybe a mistake. Dude, if he pulls this out, it's going to be crazy. Okay, how many Hydras do we have? 9. That's what he's going to be yelling in German when this push just completely fails. 2 cannons is not that much. Okay, here we go. Complete all-in. Trying to break through first. He actually targeted the gateway there for a moment, so a little bit of miss micro. Hold on. Hold on. Now, not good focus fire, but he did have them split. He actually gets rid of the cannons. Holy crap. Dude, he's going to do it. Absolutely nuts game here from Crossy. I can't believe he went Queens game 1, scouted hatchery in the main base game 2, and he's still going to win this game. This is his. He wins. These 2 cannons have to finish. He's losing every probe. This one's almost dead. He can just walk up and kill it, and then he has time to kill this one. That's it. That's it. You're going to kill that pylon. GG. That was insane. Absolutely insane. I can't believe that's how that turned out. I did see someone in the chat ask what rank are these players. Crossy is legitimately probably 2,500. Dragon is 23, 2,400. Gypsy and Bo. Gypsy's like 24, 2,500, and Bo is like 2,600. Something like that. Somewhere in that range. So right now, they can't keep getting away with it. That was such an insane all-in. I can't believe his hatch in the main got found and he still won. He still broke through. So right now, just waiting on Dragon's pick for the next map. It's tied up 1-1. Of course, best of 5 here. And he's chosen Blitz. I'm not surprised. I think Blitz is a really good map for PROTOSS versus Zerg. I'm kind of hoping that he plays it pretty defensively because I think Crossy's going to play aggressively here. This is not a map that I think you want to play a big macro game against Dragon on. All right, here we go. All right, here we go on Blitz Y in the top right. It's Crossy. And in the bottom right, Dragon. All right. You know, Blitz Y, I am fairly certain this is a PROTOSS favored map for this matchup. A lot of people, I think, do agree with me at this point. And it just has to do with the third base location, right? So here's your main. Walk down your ramp. Here's your natural, right? So you always have that set up. But the third base, you don't have to walk very far. And you go up this ramp, and you have a gas, right? And your defense spots are this very thin one and here. So this path is one size storm wide. So basically, PROTOSS dominates anything coming through here. And if you're coming through here, you're going up a ramp. So when you put all that together, super, super defendable third base with a gas. And they can't really come around to attack because if they filter their whole army through this kind of thin area, your army that's up here just sledgehammers into them. So once you have this area sealed up, you're kind of invincible on 3 base. And then, of course, the game gets interesting as you go over here and take these other expansions on the map or even down here. And that can make it interesting as well. But, you know, this is probably the best 3 base layout that we've had for Protoss for Zerg in years. So not surprised that this was Dragon's first pick. Now, he is going to go Forge again. Looks like he's just not interested in going for gateway openers. I think that's probably smart. Crossy plays such a aggressive modern style that probably Dragon's happy to just set up his cannons and just not even think about the crazy like tactics that might be utilized against his Zod openers. But he is absolutely capable of doing both. I've seen him do just about every opener in Protoss for Zerg. And Cross, of course, can play a big macro game, but he does err on the aggressive side. He's kind of almost a more micro-based player in a lot of ways. So Dragon going to get his Nexus down. Of course, Probe trying to stay alive, but actually did get harassed pretty heavily. Oh, no. Moving shot kill there by the drone. Really painful for Dragon. Will he actually send? Yeah, he's going to send a second probe. So that kind of sucks, like losing one of your workers early on. You know, the earlier you lose a worker, the worse it is. That is a bit painful. And this one even had minerals it wanted to bring home. Unfortunately, these minerals will never help Dragon to build anything, as this guy is not coming back across the map. Now, third hatchery going to go up in the top left. Very, very far away. Sometimes you can do some tricky stuff like put tech up there because it's hard to scout. Oh. Dude. Oh my god, he did it again. But actually, he can slip up in the main this time with these. The cannon does not reach to here. So he can actually do that. See? The cannon reaches to about there. And so he was able to go there. So now he's got 2 lings in the main. This is actually incredibly annoying for Dragon. He's going to be super unhappy. Really good micro there from Cross so far, and you can see that we actually have perfect latency, so he's going to be able to really do what he wants with these Zerglings, which is just run in and run out. You don't want to give Protoss enough time to counter drill, because if they drill on top of the Zerglings, you'll probably lose them. They deal damage so quickly. You look at how they're working on this. They're working on the pylon because he's making a cannon. Look at that. Get 2 kills. It's just so painful. GG. He doesn't want to deal with it. Wow. That's it. Dude, 2 lings in your main. Someone across his level. You could see he was going to get the pylon too. Like, everything was going wrong. Now he's down 2-1. Zerg can do anything and win. You know, the one thing you don't hear is Zerg saying that about Terran. So we're going to go to Neo-Dark Origin. Where's it? There it is. Another 2-player map here for Dragon. You know, Neo-Dark Origin, I think, is just a solid map for PvZ. I've seen a lot of PvZs here, and it feels like Protoss does completely fine on the map. The 4th base locations are pretty attackable. Well, not if you take the corner, but the other ones are. So maybe I should call that 5th. All right, let's go. Getting it started. Game 4. Match point for Cross right now. And here we go. Top left, we have Crossy. And in the bottom right, we have Dragon. Okay. You know, again, 2-player map, not as many bases, kind of thin. Okay, so this map has so much to do with the bridge control. So you see, basically, here's Dragon's base. Here's his natural. You'll see this little path back here, but this is blocked off. There is a stack of 9 buildings there with high armor. So very hard to get through. There is a mineral patch you can jump stuff through. We'll see. We might actually see that, like DTs jump through or something. But basically, the 3rd base is here, right? So you have these 3 thin bridges. It's really hard to attack over here against a containment on this side. So whoever has map control of the center can block his opponent's bridges. And then there's only one other real way out, which would be going from the third base up here and then down, right? So then it's like, okay, I'm containing here, but I'm keeping an eye on movement through this area, or vice versa, of course. Now, there are corner bases that are very turtleable, and you can technically kill these buildings to make a path from your main base. It's not done very often. That path actually screws things up more than it helps most of the time. The pathing becomes just disgusting. So anyways, this is a very quick gas from Crossy. Very, very fast. Surprised to see gas this fast. Like, this has to be speed, right? I'm trying to think of what else it could be. It has to be speed, because if you went layer, he would just win. So, like, if you could kill the probe, maybe you could do some sort of absolutely insane, like, one-hatch lurker all in or something, but I don't think that can be the case. So he should pull off gas now as he gets 100. Dragon knows that's the 100 timing. He knows that speed is on the way. So that is extremely fast Zergling speed. I don't know what Crossy's plan is. So if Dragon just makes his wall, makes zealots, and has 2 cannons, it's almost impossible to break with Zerglings. The Zerglings can technically go around here and kill this. Oh, I know what it is. I actually know exactly what it is. He's going to bring drones, and he's going to mine out this set of mineral patches. That's what he's going to do. You watch. He's going to kill the probe first. He's going to deny scouting. Notice how the Overlord... Look at where he's pulling the Overlord. He's making sure he sees the entire width, so he knows if anything leaves here that he has to kill. Yeah, I've seen... Oh, he's going back on gas. Okay, I might be wrong then. I might be wrong. It's an insane all-in. I've seen it 1 time or 2 times total on this map. If you do mine out those minerals and just flood Lings in through the back. It's just, it's so crazy no one even thinks of it, right? I don't know if Dragon's ever even seen it. He probably has. He plays a lot of ladder. There's a lot of scum that he plays against, that some true villains that have done that to him. Anyways, notice how seriously he's taking this. When you see speed that fast, you gotta react really strongly. So he has 3 probes that are sitting here to block. He's adding a 3rd cannon as well. Hydralisk Den. So is this 2-hatch Hydra with Lings? Like a super quick Zergling speeds into Hydra. Thing is, there's 3 cannons. So this doesn't look good to me. He might... Oh, this would probably be the range rush, I would guess. So there is a new Hydra Ling all-in where you go for a smaller group of Hydras. It's normally about 6. And instead of getting the speed upgrade to quickly rally them, you get the range. And then you chop the wall down with them. Because range Hydras can kill the wall. And that leaves the cannons exposed. Then the Lings run in and kill the cannons, basically. I think that's probably what he's doing here. That is my best bet. Okay, 3rd base is up. Stargate coming up. Okay, he has his Zealot now to put in the wall. Dude, okay. Yeah, we'll see as they're walking across the map, because... Oh, is he just going to show it? Okay, he shows it right away. With the very first Hydra, right? So this is not going to burst down that quickly. We're going to see more cannons added. Dragon is not going to die. Excuse me. So Crossy is actually right now playing to his image that he's had in this series. He doesn't always cheese this aggressively. Obviously, he's cheesing super aggressively here tonight. But at home, I think we'll see drones popping out of eggs now. Yep, drone. See his 3rd base coming up? I think what he's trying to do is to get Dragon to over-defend. Like, maybe Dragon even starts cannon in the main base, gets plenty of cannons here. That's actually, it's so hard to hit the forge, man. It's so much thinner than the gate. Yeah, but he's droning. So he's actually trying to trick him. He's going to add hatcheries now and go for a macro game. Very I don't know how to put it. It's like a very interesting way to try to do it. And Dragon is totally bought it. He's playing so carefully. Look, he's got a spotter pylon for drops. He saw the Overlord coming over. The Corsair's going across. What he's going to see, though, is he's going to see drones popping in a hatchery. And the drone count's going to be higher than he wants to see. So from here, he'll just start adding gates. Unfortunately, he can't cancel anything. Citadel is on the way. 2 gates in the main. He's just got to add a bunch of gateways now, basically. Layer gets started. But yeah, now he knows he's been slightly duped. I mean, you still do need some defense. You do need to take this very seriously. Oh, flies over everything with that Corsair. It'll be all right, though. More pylon, or no, double forge on the way. Okay, so he just wants to get those upgrades going. Trying to save this forge. I don't know why he's making 2 forges in his main. Brings the Corsairs back because there's 2 Overlords here. Kind of a smart move. Crossy trying to push them away so the Overlords can live longer. Not a lot of micro to be had here, really. Okay. So the Hydras will be pushed back. He has legs on the way, double forge going. He's getting some pylons ready in positions where he can build more gateways around them. And we're going to see Dragon put on pressure pretty soon here, but I think Cross is going to be okay. This is, the funny thing is, he literally opened with speed first on one base, which is super, super rare and super cheesy. And this is going to probably be the most normal macro game, is my guess. This is the wildness that is StarCraft 1, man. You can kind of make anything into anything if you think it through. Except for cross-spawn Nexus first into a win for Terran, LOL. Now, we have legs for these Zealots. They're going to go ahead across the map. Let's see what we have here. They don't have +1, so the Lings will fare reasonably well. This is a great Sim City. That's going to be really hard to attack. That's a great Sim City, too. Yeah, he doesn't really have a way in. Doesn't really have a way in there. Really good defense from Crossy. That's like excellent building placement. See this egg? The egg, the egg can block. In fact, you can send larvae to the left, right? So you could actually march one and put it there if you really needed to. Okay, just going to catch some of these Zerglings on his side of the map. Going up to 6 gates. I want him to sit on 6 and just take the 3rd. Because I don't think he can be attacked across the bridges since he's getting Psystorm now. I do like, by the way, that he's got a pylon checking here. With Lurkers, they can actually power this down pretty quickly. That's the only thing Zerg really has that will kill this fast. Or, and hear me out, 5 infested Terrans. Oh my gosh. Let's see if he makes that Nexus before the other 2 gates. That's kind of the big question I have right now. Is will we see him go up to 8 gate or will we see the Nexus? He's macroing real heavily right now. Good 4 High Templars up here. Zealot's just kind of chilling. He knows that there's no way in, right? Like he knows there's only 3 locations. Only 2 that are attackable. And the Sim City's just too good to fight against. Now, some Lurkers are morphing, right? So I think Crossy will put on like a containment. I don't think he's going to attack. Now the Zealots are actually coming out and he's sending Lurkers up. He's actually taking this as a 4th, which is not common actually. I feel like it's much more common we see that base taken as a 4th. And he's actually going to be able to cancel it out because the Lurkers weren't burrowed. He's going to just remake it. That's okay. The observatory, I'm sure, is going to be on the way very shortly here. The cannon's kind of cramping his style here. You might actually want to kill this one to rally the units out more cleanly. Wow, 1 Lurker at that 3rd base as well. And he is going to add the gates, which I actually do definitely agree with right now. Before I did want to see like a quicker base, but it looks like he wants to get out there on the map. The Lurkers are starting to be annoying to him. So he is going to be able to push out and get through those pretty quickly. Should already have Dragoon speed. Notice a cannon back here and a cannon here. He's afraid of Lurker drops right now. He thinks lurker drops could be on the menu. A lot of hydras coming out. Starting to take those bridges. Is he going to make a hatch? I haven't seen that in a million years, but he could. There's a lot of buildable terrain here. I don't think it's good here because he would just send his whole army through here. There used to be like a sunken lurker contains on some maps, so like way back in the day. And they looked so insane. You just could not break out of them. So this lurker, I believe, is on hold position. He's waiting for the probes to come to two-volley them. And look at this. As Dragon goes to leave this area, the Hydras go across for a counterattack. Now, he can't hit here, but he can cancel this base. But if he cancels this base, his units are way out of position. Now, Dragon's moving forward. Cross is getting a bit nervous. He doesn't have anything up here. If he gets across these bridges, Dragon might be able to just win the game. But look, the Hydra's coming back up really, really quickly. Okay, a big Psystorm goes down. Good splitting there from Cross. We have a lot of Hydras rallying down. The rally point in the wrong spot, just walking through Dragoon Fire. Zealot's getting on top of absolutely everything. Now, excuse me, no more Psystorm with this army. Oh, he lost his Observer. The Observer got picked off somewhere in there. I didn't notice it, but that is a huge moment because this army could have killed all those lurkers and the 3 Hydras that remained. Unfortunately, no vision of it. So Dragon actually has to run back. Now, all that being said, he has his 3rd Nexus going up, so that's good. Starting to push over this bridge a little bit. Look at that. Picks off another Observer. That's so crazy, man. This is such a good tactic from Cross. Just picking off Observers. Dude, the lurkers, he just cannot see. The thing is, his army is actually much stronger. It's just without that vision, a real pain for PROTOSS sometimes. All right, pushing up again. He has that Observer. Notice the Overlord come over. He's looking for the Observer to see if he can get a snipe. He cannot. It's being kept really far back. Moves forward now. He's going to go after it. Look, Dragon microing the Observer. This is actually a big micro fight. Those Hydras moved up to snipe it, but he actually had already moved it back. Beautiful micro here from Dragon on his Observer now that he realizes that's what Crossy wanted. And now he's actually plowing through the center of the map. Now, this base doesn't have drones yet. He may want to just go kill that off and be 3 base versus 3 base. By the way, this is still sitting there waiting. Hasn't been triggered yet. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh, he put it in cannon range. Okay. At least he sees it, right? Dragon saw that, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Okay. So he only loses 2 probes. Excellent. That could have been deadly. Now, Dragon going to push up. Hit this 4th base. His 4th base is gone. He's taking his own 4th, adding cannons. If Crossy doesn't see this and those cannons get up, dude, Dragon's getting into a real good spot. Real good spot right now. Playing a very excellent game. All right, Hydra's coming over here. Ooh, I don't like this. He's going to get sandwiched. Look at this. I love the zoom feature. So he's against these cannons. It's too bad you didn't have a storm there. I guess this sandwich didn't work as well as I thought. I thought you'd have a few more units coming up in a Psystorm. The Dragoons here being flanked actually will lose this battle. He needed a little bit more here. Dragoons hate being flanked, and Dragoons can't fight alone. The more you know. The Dragoon's going to be completely cleared. Huge moment here for Cross. Oh, he's going to kill that High Templar as well. Dragon trying to rally out units. I think he's just not going to have enough, just barely here. He has 4 cannons there. Oh, God. Loses another High Templar. We've seen 3 High Templars. 4 High Templars now die. And he just, like a few more cannons and he could have done that. Dragoon's coming out. Now, don't forget, Dragon has a 4th base up. If he can hold this, this game is still absolutely winnable for him. He might actually. The Psystorms pushes these Hydras back a bit. Crossy's still bringing down Hydras. Oh, it's so close. I love how he pulled these away and brought them back for that flank. That was an excellent size storm. Did get his own observer, but totally worth to kill that group of Hydras so quickly. Would love to see a few cannons thrown up here as well. Adding cannons, realizing that this base is going to be absolutely crucial. Look at that. Lurkers being morphed so that the Zealots can't really kill them. Probes finally coming up and being transferred. DTs joining the fray. Oh my god, the DTs with no detection here will just clear the Lurkers. How annoying. Lurkers running down, trying to get some additional damage. Another Hydra attack here over the bridges. DT's going to clear that out. If Dragon stabilizes even for a moment, if he gets into a position even for a moment where you can't continually attack him like this and make him sloppy, he's going to win this game. Okay, kills that off, has a DT left over. The DT will stop all this. I think he's got it into that position that he needs. He needs one more round to come up. Ton of units attacking these cannons. I don't think, does he break this? He might. We need the Psy Storm. Lurker coming up over to the side. Oh my god, Crossy has so many Hydras. The Storm kind of doesn't do that much. More Zealots coming up. Oh my god, Crossy is just absolutely everywhere attacking this game. Hydra's continuing to get up here. It looks like he might lose his fourth. Now, Dragon losing his fourth here does not necessarily mean the game is over. Don't forget, Dragon has a third base, right? It's very healthy. Almost gone, almost gone. Well, he still has a little bit, but almost gone. Cross over here. Like, he's Zerg, so he's not as heavily saturated. And yeah, he has 3 bases, but like, Dragon, I think Dragon's still in it slightly. Like, I think he does need to push up here and retake this. That's crazy that Crossy was able to break that, by the way. That many cannons. With so many cannons, I thought for sure he was going to be able to hold on there. Observers. He's going to try to pick off observers, I think. Oh, he storms 2 of his own observers. So painful. He was microing them to not get sniped, and then they died to storm. Oh, a great storm down here as more Hydras coming across to kill the third. If he loses the third, the game ends. That's it. Like, Dragon might have one more attack, but like, there's no macro game after that. Okay, forces those back. The amount of pressure, this is very, like, this is how I always see Crossy play ZVP, where he's like on 3 bases for a long time, but he's attacking relentlessly. But now the Dragoon count's pretty high. Okay. I know I've been back and forth this game because it feels like the game has been very back and forth. I think if Dragon is careful, he defends 1 more attack, and I think he can retake his 4th. That's what I'm thinking here. Okay, gets a storm off. Loses 2 High Templars. Very painful. You need to make sure... Well, he actually still has a fair amount of High Templars, so that's good. Moving up here. I really think taking the 4th is key. Like, he's like getting out of minerals so fast here. You need more patches than this. Now, Cross attacking back across the bridge. This is that attack that I was talking about. He needs to be able to hold this if he's going to win this game. High Templar here waiting. Oh, we could have such a juicy Psy Storm. Beautiful, beautiful Psy Storm right there. The Dragoon army comes back down. He has 2 observers. He's got to be careful not to let them get sniped. 3 observers, in fact. Storming some onto these High Templars. The goons can knock out the lurkers really quickly. They do full damage against those lurkers. All right, he is starting to pick this all off. You can see Cross doesn't have that much left in the bank, right? Like, he's almost out of steam, I think. Dragon holds. More Hydras coming across. Okay. Are there more High Templars? Yeah, look at that, man. Oh, my God. 5 more High Templars coming up. And as long as he's got Dragoons, he's getting pretty consistent damage. Their upgrades are tied. One thing to note is that the Zerg upgrades actually scale a little bit better here because Plasma Shields just take more damage, and he doesn't have Plasma Shield upgrades. Okay, Dragon gets back out onto the map. It's been a while since he's been on the offensive, right? Last time he was on the offensive, he did get a kill on the 4th. See if he can do that again. Hydra's with a counterattack here. We don't have that many units, but Zod's coming up, forcing him back a little bit. And he's actually running back with part of his army. Look at this. He sends his small group to kill the hatchery and splits the rest back here to stop this attack. Dude, this is a great move. Oh my God, this is actually a very good read from Dragon. He knows that Crossy can't have much more than what he's attacking with. So he sent just a hatchery killing army. This against one group of Hydras dies, just to make it clear, right? So it's not something you would just send out, not knowing exactly how much your opponent had. So very good read. Unfortunately, they do run into that group of Hydras as they're trying to get back over the bridges. So he's going to lose some, but totally worth for killing that hatch. Dude, excellent play here from Dragon defending that. Defending that and killing that 4th hatch. Crossy going to try a different base. Bottom left corner. Maybe one that won't be predicted because it's so far from everything else Crossy has. Hydra's being microed back pretty frantically. Please note that he still has a lot of units that could counterattack. Oh my God, so many High Templars. Okay, Dragon wins this game. I can't imagine Crossy winning this. This has to get up. And look, he has an observer watching it too. He has to get this up and make it work to have any chance in this game. And I don't think that's going to happen. He's so low on supply right now. Dragon has really stabilized his position very, very well. He has so many High Templars. Like, when he goes up to take the 4th, when he's ready and he has his split correct, he'll be able to take it pretty easily. I'm surprised he's coming out and battling. I don't know. Maybe that is the best play. We'll see. It's a decent storm there. Smaller group of Hydras running away. A couple of them, in fact. Look at this. Crossy is just about out of minerals. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Crossy's literally going to run out of minerals, and that's why he's going to lose this game. What an insane game. Don't forget, this game started with like a 9-pool speed on one base. It looked like it was going to be the cheesiest all-in, and he made it into a macro game and attacked non-stop. And now Dragon, after holding 1 million attacks, looks like he is about to take this game. This is really it for Crossy. GG! And that means it's tied up 2-2. We're going to be going to game 5. That was wild. That was really good. That was a really good game. That was... Damn, dude. I'm happy with that one. All right, we're going to go to Apocalypse for our next match. And this will decide it between these two. Right now tied up 2-2. Apocalypse, a great map to finish this off on. It's going to really be centered around control of the high ground area. Most likely the one outside of Dragon's base. Really unsure who's going to take this. This is a great match. I'm really glad that these two players agreed to play against each other. Cross vs. Dragon is in an all-star matchup. Once again, big thanks to Bruno from Ursa TV for sponsoring these matches here tonight. And still yet to come in FFA. All right, here we go, guys. Crossy in there even saying well played to Dragon before we started. The series has had it all. Not sure what I'm even hoping to see. Maybe Mutalisks? Anyways, in the bottom left of Apocalypse, we have a Dragon. And in the bottom right, we have Cross. Okay. So... I'm trying to think who is favored here. And I can't even say, because Dragon impressed me so much in that last game, being able to hold on with everything. Like, Crossy really tricked him out, got into a good macro game, had insane attacks nonstop. And it felt like he might be able to take that, but Dragon with a great defense. So much patience, I think, is one of the important things. I see a lot of Protoss players lose patience against Zerg because things are going wrong. But whatever went wrong for Dragon, he just calmly cleaned it up and kept about his business. That's actually something Flash mentioned about Terran. That's kind of a Terran-esque thing that we saw from Dragon, which is, of course, the greatest compliment I can give a Protoss player is that they play like a Terran. But that's something he said where it's like, to play Terran, you have to stay patient and just clean things up. Right? Like, no game is perfect in StarCraft 1. Games get dirty. Things go wrong everywhere all the time. And you got to have the mental fortitude to stick with it and be like, yeah, it's not good right now. We're gonna do our best. So, wow. This game, we've had a lot of pool firsts out of Crossy, but he's actually going to go a hatchery first this time. Nexus first. Are you kidding me? Dude, this is the best build order choice ever. How does he know that? It's amazing. I think he read this perfectly. Because, like, Crossy has been going for really aggressive pool first openings on some of these games, right? Like, I want to say he went pool first every game so far. And Dragon goes Nexus first. So, basically, if you go, like, 9 pool against this, Protoss can be in bad trouble, right? And obviously, any earlier pool is a free win. But he chooses his spot. He realizes that Crossy should be going for a hatchery first here. And that gives Dragon the better opener, right? Oh my God. I say that and look at this. 3 hatch before pool. You have to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. I was just talking about how Dragon's build was better. Nah. Crossy's build is better. This is so greedy. He went 3 hatches before spawning pool. If you had gone for a gateway expand, you would have just killed him. You deal so much damage with the Zealots. But now Dragon sees that he doesn't have to make a cannon for 100 years, right? Gateway, pylon, assimilator. He'll make his cybernetics core as soon as the gate finishes, and then he can go for a cannon if he wants. What a wild opener, man. We've had so many aggressive plays so far, and to see literal ultimate greed from both sides, this series really has given it all to us. All right. Layer gets started at the 3rd. And, well, a photon cannon. There's the cybernetic score. Well, that's a cute place for it. I don't think I've seen it there before. And, of course, you'll be going for a quick Corsair. You need to. I wonder if this will be Mutas this game. Like, Crossy's done so many different things so far, but everything very aggressive, very Hydralisk and Zergling based. But, you know, there's a lot of great Muta plays that you can do as well. We'll see as his layer gets closer, if it starts to look like that. Of course, if he throws up a second gas, it starts to become a giveaway pretty quickly. Stargate is going up, so he'll be going for that Corsair. A couple Zealots out. Sixlings. Have another, excuse me, hatch, as well as the Hydralisk Den. So yeah, it doesn't look like this is going to be any sort of Spire tech. Just a very standard macro Hydra. Might be Hydra Lurker. I think that that's fine for here as well. Like, mutas can be very good. They can be very cool. But what I was talking about at the beginning, Apocalypse is oftentimes decided here. The high ground outside the Protoss space. So a lot of Zergs favor going like Lurker Hydra to contain the ramps. Now, the reason for that, excuse me, is you miss half your shots shooting up, right? So if you're shooting from low ground and you're missing shots, it's really hard to break out. But especially hard for Dragoons. Dragoons are so wretched shooting up against Hydra Lurker, it's insane. So you kind of have to try to break out with Psystorm and stuff like that. They do get 3 bases, so at least there's that. But yeah, a lot of games get decided up here. And if Protoss gets the, you know, gets the aggressive edge and has some map control, then it gets decided over here, where Zerg goes into a defensive, the same stuff on the defense, basically. And yeah, I saw someone asked, Reaver doesn't have a chance to miss, right? That is correct. Well, I mean, there's dudded Scarabs, but those actually, we know what caused those. So, like, that's user error. User error or your opponent outplaying you. But, yeah, Reavers do not miss, but you can't really Reaver push up the ramp well. It's very, very difficult. Just one moment. I had a baby wander down. We'll watch these Zealots. So sorry about that, guys. I'm glad I followed that Zealot. My youngest daughter got out of bed and needed some help for one moment. Anyways, we are back and rotating the Zealots around a little bit. He cannot take this fight. He needs to run. I don't know why he's doing this. Holy crap. You cannot be losing that group of Zealots. These Zealots are really important. Even if you can trade for even money in Hydras, it's actually a mistake. You have to either get, like, pretty big value killing smaller groups of Hydras, or just keep them out there because the threat of the counterattack is better than the Zealots trading. Now he runs back. Do we actually have Psystorm? This could be a pre-storm bust timing. Those can be very strong. So basically, if you hit right before Psystorm is done, it's the weakest point for Protoss. He's only got 2 cannons, third one on the way. He's bringing them up. Dude, this is actually really scary right now for him. Okay, his storm should be done any second. He has the energy for storm. Okay. Cross actually pulls back. Okay, so no pre-storm bust timing. Okay, we lived through that. That was scary. I actually thought the game might end right there. So 8 gateways, observatory. He's got his storm. He's getting range for Dragoons. Let's take a look at what Cross is doing. He's scouting Cross still. Additional hatchery, Evo. So 2 Evos, 3 Evos. Ooh, scouting the 3rd Evo is going to be a little bit helpful. He's going to have a much better idea what's going to go on. So when you see the 3rd evolution chamber, it's like, okay, it's not just like a Hydra Lurker game, but he's going to just macro heavily and have Lings in there as well. I feel like, and now I don't know this 100% because I'm not as much an expert on PvZ, ZVP as I am Terran matchups, but I think it might also point towards he's going to go to Hive relatively soon. Because if you're going to be going Lings, it just makes sense to have Hive. Like every time I see 3 Evo, the Hive comes pretty quick. We'll see if he throws on a Queen's Nest soon here. He is taking a 4th base location. Looking back at Dragon's base. Throwing down just a safety cannon there in the main. No Queen's Nest yet. Getting those upgrades, though. Corsair's still doing a good job keeping an eye on everything. He's actually already transferred a lot of drones up here, man. Crossy is heavy on drones. So right now, this is a pretty big point of tension, right? He's got this little group of Hydras. This is more of a scouting party than anything else, really. Dragon needs to do something. He either needs to throw down his 3rd Nexus, like, very quickly, or he needs to attack. Now, if he attacks, look at this setup that we have from Cross. You aren't going to break this, just to be clear, okay? The best you can do against this is expand and try to get a lot of Psy Storm and grind things down. Cross is, excuse me, macroing like a beast. He's in a great position. So I think if Dragon's going to win this, right, this is what he needs to do. Right now, Nexus, and it looks like he's going to clear. He knows. That's so funny. He just knows how Crossy plays. Oh, God, he actually didn't clear it. That is so annoying. The Hydras, they came down here to actually mess with him, and now that sits there. He will clear it. He will clear it. He's not going to lose all his probes. But look, what Dragon needs to do, this, in my opinion, I think he needs to get speed for his shuttles. He needs to hold this area. He needs to get this expansion up, and he needs to go over and expand here eventually too, right? So like maybe some speed shuttle play, drop off a DT in here or something, some Zealots, I don't know. You know, just anything like that. He needs to do more harassment-based stuff, because the one thing he's not going to do is kill all this. Lurker Ling, dude, it's not going to happen. He is not going to get through here. This may be more likely. That is a lot of lurkers being made. Holy crap. I love this play from Cross. Look at the supplies right now. 185, 161. That's wild. Bunch of Lings coming around. Got to be careful here. Lings just smash Dragoons. Hive is on the way. No adrenal glands yet for the Zerglings. So much stronger with that adrenal gland. All right, here we go. He's going to try to break it. I don't think this is going to work. Dude, that is a lot of Zerglings coming down. He does throw down some reasonable size storms. If he can get to the high ground with the Dragoons, it's going to be huge because he's going to stop missing shots. He's missing half of his Dragoon shots that go in this direction. So that is a big issue. Great size storm right there. More and more lurkers come up. Crossy trying to buy time. Notice how he's spreading them. He's trying to make them at least a storm apart. Doesn't want two being stormed at that same time, but some great storms. Holy crap. Is he going to break the Unbreakable? Some great army control here from Dragon. But I am afraid for him here. He's taking a lot of damage on this set of Dragoons. You can see those Hydras starting to just peel through. And I think Crossy has just held this. Just too many units. Now, Dragon is up in supply slightly right now. Oh, God, not for long. Oh, boy. Dragoons just can't fight alone, guys. It looks like all of his gates were, like, rallied over here. You can see the units just coming out. He's going to have to re-rally all those. Very, very annoying stuff. He is only on 8 gates still. He has 3 base, but he lost the core of his army, which was a lot of... It doesn't matter when you lose Zealots so much, but you kind of want to keep a core of Dragoons and a core of High Templars alive, and he wasn't able to do that. So he has to recreate the core army and then build on top of that as well. Very tough position. You can see a lot of Zealots coming out right now. 4th base seems forever away. How is he going to get a 4th base? Oh, maybe... Oh... I didn't even think of that, of him taking here for some reason. I don't know why. I think because it was in such close proximity to the Zerg base. Anyways, Hive is done. We can see the Defiler Mound. Adrenal will be coming up for the Lings. Dude, this is the type of game where if you win this as PROTOSS, it is via Psy Storm and Reavers. Because Like, Crossy's about to get way, way too efficient. The Lings are going to be incredibly scary. The Defiler's mixed in as well. Look at this. Beautiful drone saturation. New 5th base. Still mining well. Still mining well. Still mining well. Tons of hatcheries. Nidus even. Absurdly good play. Now a lot of cannons going down. Dragon's spending up a lot of his bank now. I think it's probably smart. The one thing is with the Defiler on the way, Dark Swarm will shut that down really easily. Like, you come over here, Dark Storm Plague, throw Lings in, it's just gone. But look at the center. Let's zoom out, because I love to zoom out. Look at the amount of lurkers here. Like a solid line of lurkers, and he's got some down here too. So literally completely surrounded by lurkers. A complete lurker contain. Lings and Hydras there ready to just run into anything that tries to fight. The upgrades are 2-2 against 1-2, and the Lings have 1-2 as well. So the upgrade's slightly better for Zerg as well. And he's on his Hive Tech. When you think about Hive Tech for what is Hive Tech for PROTOSS? Really, the only place it is gone to regularly after what you see here is Reavers. We'll see if we can find a support bay. No support bay. You know, some people don't like to use the Reavers as much, but I feel like in positions like these, you need all the cost efficiency you can possibly muster. Now look at this. Scourge waiting for the observers, and he actually snipes both observers there. Dude. Scourge are actually really hard to kill with Dragoons. Dragoons do explosive. You need to hit them 3 times. Very, very annoying stuff. Good defense there by Crossy. I love that he had that set up knowing that he could get the observers. Leaving that Overlord there. You see? He's got more Scourge out as well. He's just making every aspect of this difficult for Dragon. Dragon now almost maxed out. Starts to walk out once again. Gonna try to break through this area. I'm a bit nervous about it. Crossy's going to attack him with everything you're going to see in a moment here. Just blue waves moving in towards PROTOSS. The Zealots are doing a good job slowing the Lings down for now. Throws down some Psy Storms. He is trying to pick off the High Templars as quickly as possible. Throws a Lurker right in the midst of everything. That didn't work out. But you know what? When you look at the supply after that, it was like 185 to 200 or so, and now it's 160 to 200. You can see that Cross is gaining more of an advantage. And now it's time for Plague. Plague is ridiculous. He's just going to run up here and plague this army, bring down the health so far. No way to fix it for PROTOSS. Just such a powerful spell. No way to get it off. No way to fix it. You're never going to heal through that. And Plasma Shields almost never get upgrades. They're so expensive. And you have less plasma shields than health, so it's just not as good an upgrade. But they take full damage from everything, right? So, like, the Zealot is a small unit, okay? Where's the Zealot? Oh, of course there is none now that I'm talking about it. But it takes full damage from the Hydra, which does explosive damage. It's crazy. And now that the Plague is out, very tough. And look at that. Snipes another Observer there with the Scourge. Cross is in control of this game. But look. Oh, God. He's going to throw down the Dark Swarm. Dark Swarm plus Plague? No, he doesn't have enough. Dark Swarm? There you go. Well, he needs to kill those Zealots first. Throws down the double Dark Swarm here. And he'll be able to kill that off. It's really unfortunate for Dragon. Losing this 4th base will probably trigger a GG from him. GG. And that means that Cross has won our second match. 6 sick plays from Cross. 3-2 at the end of the day. Really well done.